Hey everybody, Joe Dog here. Welcome to Stupid O'Clock. Different surprise than sort of a surprise not seeing Lewis Lee jump in here at the first, but we're changing things up a little bit with the show format, so I'm going to start bringing people in. There's Bill not paying attention again, so he gets pulled up first. And there's Dan, who's actually
will get
away.
you nowhere.
And of course Josh. But I'm not forgetting Lewis. We're bringing Lewis in last because the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
And where is our own little John?
I have no idea. He's not even noticed, acknowledged the link post. And Sarah is here already. Welcome,
Hey,
Sarah. And Josh, yeah, we are getting a bit of a echo. Sort of a buzzy.
Is that better?
Maybe.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. How about let's just turn that off.
All right.
And we'll try this again. Nope, no
How
echo.
about
It's better.
Okay, let's try that. I just turned off your. Well, you need echo cancellation. Echo cancellation was not working on you. Okay.
is that better?
Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, we'll check it and see. Sounds good.
No earbuds. I have no earbuds on now.
Okay.
It's weird.
So, Lewis, I hear your LSU Tigers pulled it out.
Barely in the last 20 seconds.
And Alabama did the same thing. What?
No, it took Alabama 4 overtimes.
Yeah.
Josh is drowning his sorrows in a natty light. So.
Yeah.
And some Facebook user says, "Hello, beautiful people," but we know
Hello,
who's...
Keisha.
It's Keisha. Hi, Keisha. Thanks for
Hey,
tuning
Keisha.
in. Oh,
The lovely.
Yeah, Josh is so tore up about that win. You're like,
we're not allowed to talk about that before midnight.
oh,
Yeah, we're paying a coordinator $1.5 million to do nothing. So
where is Brian K. Morse? That's a good question. Where is Brian K. Morse, and why is he not on the show?
He is overdoing Jody McPhee's show right now. The Jody got several more minutes to go, if not the end of the hour, to finish up his show. They're talking about copyrights and trademarks and fair use and things like that.
La 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 la.
Not a fun subject for Joe.
not a fun subject for anybody.
Depends on whether or not you win the lawsuit, basically.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Have you watched all of the first episode of Get Back?
We had to stop with 30 minutes left because we started it kind of late and didn't realize that it was going to be 2.5 hours per episode.
Yeah.
We should have known with Peter Jackson directing, but
yeah. I had to take it in little bites because there was a lot to digest.
Well, the thing is they talk over each other so much. It's kind of hard to hear and keep up with what's going on. I mean, they've got some subtitles sometimes where it's really bad, but Denise, being in radio all of her life, had certain feelings about what really happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And so far, the documentary is confirming her beliefs.
Yeah.
And something that was brought up that I didn't really put 2 and 2 together, they started falling apart after the death of Brian Epstein.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the disciplinarian. He was the one that kept them straight. And once he once he died from the overdose, then they were, rudderless, really.
Yeah.
George Martin was strictly concerned about the sound and the technique and all that stuff. And once they left the studio, George Martin didn't know him.
Yeah.
But Brian Epstein was their guardian because they needed one.
He was their father figure.
Yeah, I was going to say he was the dad.
And hearing some of the great songs that the Beatles are known for, the first incarnations of it is like,
to watch Paul just sitting there tooling around on the piano, coming up with Long and Winding Road. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was our senior theme. That was the whole theme of our senior prom.
Yeah. And you could hear Let It Be coming.
Yeah.
It was just when they worked together, it was amazing. But when it started falling apart, it was an implosion.
Well, yeah, train wreck was the words I were looking for, but yeah, implosion works better.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the show that it's on Nat Geo. Seen a trailer for it. Gosh, I might have to go in there and look it up now.
Yeah, Sarah, we're talking about a show on Disney Plus called Get Back. It's outtakes from, what was the movie, Lewis?
Well, it was going to be Let It Be, and they did a documentary, Let It Be.
Yeah.
But they shot over 65 hours of film, and Peter Jackson went through every minute of it and recut it, because Let It Be was meant to be promotional video.
Yeah,
so they only took the good
concert, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, they only took the good parts. This is a true documentary showing warts and all. So
yeah. And it's good.
And Paul and Ringo checked off on it. They're cool with it. So, which there's no reason not to. So far, Paul and Ringo are the peacemakers.
Yeah,
and it's George that's feeling, and he always did, feeling like he wasn't appreciated. He wasn't given enough freedom to write. If you'll look, there's some albums that there are no George Harrison songs at all, and most of them have only one cut that George wrote, and that's a shame, because if you look at George Harrison's stuff after the Beatles broke up, he had some talent, man.
Oh yeah,
well, they all did.
It was also interesting that he was talking about how he and Eric Clapton, were hanging out, and he was learning a lot of guitar technique from Eric Clapton, and it's like, and Clapton was his wife, so
yeah.
And today is the anniversary of Harrison's All Things Must Pass album that came out 1970. And how many of those songs were actually Beatles songs? And I don't have Apple Plus or whatever that Get Back
Disney
is showing on Disney Plus. Okay.
Yeah.
But wow, for something that was originally Apple, you would think it would be on Apple. No, but different Apple.
Different Apple.
Yeah. But
it's a wonder.
Paul should look into that.
It's a wonder.
Yeah, they should.
It's a wonder that one of the Apples hasn't sued the other one for trademark.
Well, I'm sorry, but the London Apple would win, because they were around in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh. That's probably why they haven't been sued by the greedy one. Now, it's really weird that y'all should say that George was thinking he was underappreciated as a member of the group, when the public perception was that John was the insecure one.
John was not insecure at all.
Yeah, well, we're finding that out.
Opposite.
Now, I did notice through the documentary, Yoko was just steps away from John at any moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's John's security blanket.
Like Kermit, somebody had to have her hand up his ass, you know.
I've never liked Yoko Ono, and
that helped confirm it.
Well, no, not really, because she wasn't interfering. I've got 2 more episodes to watch, so this may still happen, but I always assumed that she was sticking her nose in during these sessions, and that helped mess things up. But so far, she's been
apparently the truth of the matter was that she was just giving John emotional support so he could be more his own
involved.
No, not involved. No, he was always involved. It's just gave him the emotional support he needed to be his own worst enemy, basically.
One of the funniest scenes I
gave
saw,
enough rope to hang himself.
One of the funniest things I saw on it was when Linda McCartney showed up.
Oh, well, at the time, Linda, oh shit, what was her maiden name?
Eastman.
Linda Eastman.
Yeah, Kodak Eastman.
Wow, so young, man.
Yeah.
So hot.
Weren't we all at that time?
When whoever one of the
not hot but young
directors or cameraman or whatever goes holding the cam, she brought her camera and he goes, "That's a better camera than I got."
Well, I mean,
her
family used to make them.
Shit. Lord.
Well, while we're talking about this, do any of y'all have LP players?
Yeah.
What's the best speakers for LP player?
For vinyl?
Yeah.
Whatever you can afford.
Really, the speakers don't matter as much as the amp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there are amps that work better with phonographs. Mm-hmm. I've got a Sony. It does pretty well, but for my money, an older Marantz tube style is the killer amplifier for vinyl.
Yep. Okay. Lewis is exactly right. Marantz has always been one of the top names in musical electronics.
And unfortunately, I have been trying to get my hands on a prime condition older Marantz tuner amp, and they're $1,000.
Oh yeah, well they always have been.
Well, yeah,
they were always top dollar
in the 70s, man, and they're still. I mean, I've never seen any electronic piece of equipment hold its value like that. It's unreal.
That's because they were that good.
I know. My friend has Marantz, and he's 3 years older than me. So I'm hoping that I'm in his will to get that Marantz because he's had it since we were in high school. That and a pair of Bose 201 speakers.
Well,
reflex speakers.
I was about to say, my friend, my old boss man, he's got.
There we go.
He's got Pink Floyd to
the late Chris,
Beatles. I mean, he's got every album you could name.
Yeah,
and
didn't we all?
Well, he's still got them, and we've got a shop here in town that still sells vinyls, and I want to start collecting them, and I want to get a vinyl player, and I want to start collecting.
Basically, what you need is a good turntable, and good is relative, but Kenwood has made some really great ones over the years, and they are still pretty close to the top of the heap. You can get aftermarket stuff now that'll plug straight up to your computer, and you can drop a vinyl record on and play, and it comes with a program where you can turn whatever's on that vinyl into a DVD.
Yeah, I have an Audio Technica, which
that's a damn good one too.
Yeah.
Well, see, I like to hear it with a scratchy music in it myself, but
that's part of vinyl. I mean, it's not going to remain perfect.
You can get a Crossley.
Yeah,
it's cheap, and it'll play every scratch you can hear.
You get a BSR turntable and a Radio Shack amp.
Yeah,
I've even seen Victrolas in stores.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Another good turntable is Technics.
Yeah.
Technics Direct Drive. Don't get the belt. Sorry, the belt's always
belt drive turntables suck big time.
The belt stretches.
Yes, the belt stretches. That rubber band wears out within 2 years, and you got to get another one. Direct drive is the way to go. If you can find a direct drive turntable, which I would love to have one. I really would. I would replace my Kenwood belt drive turntable with a direct drive right now, even if it was a cheap brand, as long as the needle on the tone arm was a decent quality. You get everything. But
I actually have an antique Victrola that doesn't work, that was given to me by family members.
Well, see, y'all are helping me build my man cave / office stuff.
Well, the speakers are not brand centric. You don't have to have some big name thing. Radio Shacks have served me well for decades, but you can't get those anymore.
What was the turntable that you used to could hang on the wall?
Oh, you don't want that.
I don't
think I need that.
I used to know a guy that had one, and it was a direct drive turntable, and he put springs and heavy duty wire to hooks in the ceiling, and hung the platform that the turntable sat on from the ceiling, and it had these springs on it, so when people walked across the floor, it wouldn't bounce the turntable.
Yeah,
and it was a pain to put hooks in the ceiling, but you had to find the rafters to make sure they were set in something besides plaster.
Yeah.
But
Josh, if you want to listen to all the scratches, just go out and get you go to an antique store, get you an Edison cylinder phonograph with a witch's hat speaker, or if you got the crane that comes with the Edison cylinder phonograph, you could get those great big, what they call them, Lewis. They look like big flowers, but you had to it could only be held up with that metal crane that attached to the phonograph.
What I want to know is whatever happened to those old BSR turntables that we hated so much back in the 70s, but they were indestructible. But nobody makes them anymore.
Well, they were only at radio stations mostly. So,
man.
Now a friend of mine and I used to go to Kadair's, which was a photo store in Cortana Mall in Baton Rouge, and we used to go to Kadair's. But they had a sound room in the back, and they had all very high end audiophile gear back there. And we used to go back there and drool over this Bang & Olufsen turntable. that was, I mean, it was 3 pillars. One pillar had the tone arm on it, and the other 2, one had controls on it, and the other had the speed switch on it. Okay, but it had the pitch control because it had the strobe along the platter to where you could fine tune the pitch. Okay. Oh my God! But that thing was $3,000 in 1978.
Yeah.
So, but we would go back there and drool and listen, and we would listen to Black Sabbath on there. Just anything made it all sound so much better. Black Sabbath, when you would play War Pigs. And the sirens would just go all around the room.
Sweep around the room. It was even better with headphones, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I remember.
Yeah, kids so much as a pop. My friend was even more anal about taking care of his albums than I was, and he had the felt handle and the drops, and he would clean every album before and after he played it.
And I bet he had the plastic sleeve inserts.
Yes. He cancel. He would take the paper sleeves and throw them away. He bought the plastic sleeves.
Yeah, what I did was I put the plastic ones inside the paper ones. Because occasionally the paper ones would have liner notes or photographs.
Yeah, and
not very often, but
frankly, I think that was the wrong thing to do. But I could never convince him because the plastic creates static, and static attracts dust and lint. So that's why he was having to clean more often.
And eventually,
the paper wasn't going to scratch the record
sand or something in there and scratch the record.
Yeah.
So did y'all ever have the
scratch the record?
So did y'all ever have the big floor-mounted stereo units that had the phonograph on one end, the radio in the middle, and an 8-track on the other end?
Oh yeah, console unit.
Yeah, console unit. Hell yeah.
My parents had one that had the TV in the middle.
Yep. Yep.
It was everything, and we were not allowed to touch it.
15-inch speakers on each end. And about 150 watts per channel. I mean, you could crank that thing up and hear it 3 acres away.
I see those pop up, the ones from the 60s and 70s. They pop up at the auction every once in a while. And you could walk out with one of those for like $5 now. People have no interest in them.
Oh, good. Well, they were a piece of furniture, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My family's, but
and the turntables were spring loaded, so you could walk across the floor or dance across the floor, and the record would not skip because you had this, 15-ton piece of furniture sitting against one wall of the room. It was really, really stable.
So what did y'all have? My family's was a Magnavox.
Zenith.
I'm
Zenith.
not sure.
I think that's what we had was a Zenith.
I'm not sure exactly what brand.
Space Command remote control.
No. My dad had a remote control long before that.
Yeah, I know. It was you.
Yeah.
I believe my granddad had a Zenith.
Yeah. And you one channel at a time. Yeah.
Dad was an early adopter, thank God.
Do what?
My dad was an early adopter, thank God.
Yeah.
We had an RCA color TV. No, excuse me. Our first one was a Philco. We had a Philco color TV in '64.
Wow.
My grandmother bought a Setchel Carlson. Was her first color TV. Bought that new in '67. And it lasted her about 30 years.
I remember my little brother got wacky with a refrigerator magnet, put it up on the TV tube. And all of a sudden we had this round circle in the middle of the TV tube that was totally distorted and out of color. My dad brought home something I had never heard of before. It was a ring magnet.
Degauser.
Yep, he degaussed the entire picture tube and wiped out my little brother's artwork there. And the picture tube was just as good as new.
Mm-hmm.
And that lasted us for, oh Lord, decades. I think Mom and Dad were still watching it when I went off to college in the middle 70s.
Yeah.
And it had been going strong for about 10 years before that. So
the first one I remember our family having was an RCA, but we had some Zeniths as well, and they lasted better than the RCA.
Well, I was about to say the second one I remember having, it was a TV with the speak. It was like in a wood box with a speaker. Yeah, with the speakers on the side, and you had the little channel turners and everything like that right there on the side.
I remember having to turn the TV on and waiting 2 or 3 minutes before the picture to ever come up.
Yeah, that's how that one was.
Yep.
And remember the vertical hold.
Oh.
Yeah, you go up there and like turn it, like get the static out of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember the big old antennas we had.
Oh yeah, they wasn't nothing like their rabbit antennas.
I remember this many a time.
These were the ones outside with the big wingspans on them.
Oh yeah, yeah. My granddad had them. About a 30-foot, 40-foot antenna.
Yeah, my grandma had a 30-foot tower, and in the wintertime, the rotor for the antenna turner would freeze up. So guess who got to climb the tower and go yank, 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 just to get it to where it'd start working again?
Little Bill.
And Dad said, if you're ever going to do it, use this from now on. And he gave me a harness to, it was the same kind of harnesses that the power company would use, and said, climb it on that. He goes, attach it on that. He says, I don't want to have you fall and break your neck. And she had her antenna tuner was kind of shaped. It was gray plastic, had a dial in the middle, but it was kind of shaped like a reclining chair. The looks at it, and you would just turn the knob like an old-fashioned timer for your kitchen, and you'd turn it to the direction. If you wanted it to go west, you turned it to the west. Then you'd hear the click, 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 click. And then when it made it to that, the little light would come on, and then it would stop turning.
And CB radio users loved them to turn their beams.
Yeah. I was just about to say, my granddad was a CB and ham radio operator too. So he had them towers. He had a ham tower up also.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't. He finally changed over to his daughter, my aunt, gave him it was one of the first big projection flat big screen TVs. I think it was 1995, 96. Big screen TVs. It was like
the kind that you had to sit directly in front of to actually see it, and if you sat over in a chair on the side, you just saw a little static.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if it was daylight, you could just barely see it, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't have to use a box with it. So but he was tickled to death to get that thing. So.
Yeah, I remember my dad actually had a bought a Curtis Mathis when I was real little.
Another big name.
Yeah. And
we had a Curtis Mathis dealer here.
The Zenith lasted longer than the Curtis Mathis did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but which one had the better picture?
The Zeniths were pretty dang good.
Oh, yeah.
I would say they were about the same.
I had both. We had
I couldn't notice a major difference between the two.
Well, given the kind of TV signal we had back then, it'd be hard to notice a difference.
Well,
if it could pick it up, it could show it. I mean, you might have a little bit of snow in there, but that's just because I hadn't gone outside and turned the antenna pole exactly right.
Cable TV was a thing at the time, so it was.
That was a luxury.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to see Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Grand Ole Opry.
I had to go out and turn the antenna pole, and then I had to go and switch channels. So I was the ultimate remote control.
Yeah, was it Grand Ole Opry was on what, Friday nights? I think.
I don't know.
Saturday.
Saturday.
We were so far back in the sticks, we didn't get it till Wednesday afternoon.
And it was called the Grand Old Opry.
Well, I mean, I remember having to watch it. So.
Well, I remember Hee Haw being on, and one that was on 6, 7 o'clock Saturday nights.
Yeah. Lawrence Welk was on right before it.
My grandmother would cuss my granddad. You only watching that for them girls and big titty girls. Oh, I don't know if I meant to could say that, but sorry.
I'm sure the ladies will forgive
you. Sorry.
Bless the little pygmies.
Yeah.
Wish I could remember that entire quote, but it's been
so long. Let's all start with little pygmies in New Guinea.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've watched a Larry the Cable Guy episode. So,
enough of it.
Yeah, you were talking last week about Sam Kinison. Did you watch that video of him singing the Elvis song?
Yeah, I watched that one. Plus, I watched his little ditty for Rodney Dangerfield, whose gal had been running around on him. That was the one I was talking about. But yeah, he sounded really good there for when he went into his stick.
I actually did a full out loud laugh at that one.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Wasn't no one like it. I found out that Art Lafleur died. He was a character actor that was in a lot of movies. He was the Tooth Fairy in the Santa Claus movies, and he was also the one of the sergeants in the Army now, which incidentally was a Pauly Shore movie, which got me on Sam Kinison in the first place. But he was a really good character actor. He was.
You watched a Pauly Shore movie? Wow.
I've actually watched 2 of them.
Oh.
I watched The Son-in-Law, which was funny because it had Lane Smith, who played the prosecuting attorney, and My Cousin Vinny. It had Carla Gugino, who I will never get tired of looking at. And
your TikTok girls are taking notes, Chris. I swear.
But it had Pauly Shore, though. That's the problem.
It was hilarious when he got in the tractor and started plowing all over the place, and they were playing John Denver's "Thank God I'm a Country Boy." The whole
it's a funny movie.
Oh, speaking of tractor, Joe, did you see what I posted in Stupid
Yeah,
O'Clock?
I hadn't watched the video, but that looks like a great rotisserie right there.
It's only about 30, 40 seconds long, but it rotates and it's funnier. I thought, yeah, that'll be Joe's grill next year.
That was actually a funny movie. We're in the Army now. I think it had Lori Petty in it, if I'm not mistaken. But,
yeah.
And he said he played Babe Ruth in The Sandlot.
Yeah. But there's another Pauly Shore movie that I watched part of, Encino Man.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
But I could never bring myself to watch Biodome.
Yeah, it's
or
dumb.
Jury Duty, and I think there was another one. I'm just
Jury Duty's pretty funny, but
But those three that I mentioned, they're tolerable, if nothing else, for the other people that were in them.
Finally.
What?
Into the good stuff.
Finally got finished with that can. Now I can get the tranquilizer going. So hopefully tonight I can get some sleep so I can get up at 6 a.m. and go to work.
Yeah.
Bring out the Bloody Marys. We know that puts you to sleep.
Into the good stuff.
That's nice.
No, Dan, you'll wake up with it scrolling across the bottom. Damn it, Dan, you did it again.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
He fell asleep again.
That's nice canner, Josh.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it looks like an amaretto bottle, actually.
He's got an Alabama logo on it. I noticed.
Yes.
I saw it in the back.
Chris, do you know how you can tell the difference between the Alabama logo and the Atlanta Braves logo?
Yeah, there's an extra little.
The Alabama logo has a mullet.
Hey, who's got the mullet on the show?
Ain't me.
I ain't got no hair, so. Mine's actually shorter than Lewis's at the moment, so. Not quite as short as Bill's, but
I was just going to ask Chris something about the Christmas party, but I remembered Lewis is going to be gone for the Christmas party on a road trip, and make sure you get snow chains.
That might not be a bad idea.
We watched Sound of Music tonight, and in about a week and 3 days, we will be staying in their lodge.
Nice.
The Von Trapp Family Lodge in Stowe, Vermont.
That is an experience to remember.
They're looking at a good 8-10 inches of snow up through there in the next week.
Yeah.
Well, we're also going to be in Bangor, Maine, and Wolfboro, New Hampshire. All three of those places get a lot of snow.
Yeah, I was about to say
not so much, but
pack your snow gear.
Yeah, I was about to say all the East Coast is about to get hit by the next week.
If you find yourself driving home through Arkham, Massachusetts, don't stop.
I started to say don't go to Mount Washington either. They have some rough weather, especially near the observatory up there.
Arkham, Massachusetts. Is that where the asylum is?
That would be the home of Miskatonic University. So,
we probably in another week or so, we probably get some severe weather down here. So.
Yeah, we dodged the bullet here tonight. I thought we were going to get it, and I was watching it for when Laura and our niece come back from Chicago, but it stayed quiet for just light drizzle is all we had. Nothing mixed or frozen or anything.
Yeah, it stayed north and west.
Mm-hmm.
It must be going to rain. In about 2 hours, it's going to start warming up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's going to warm up for about a week. Then, like midweek next week, it's going to that cold air is going to move back in, and boom, we might have a severe weather outbreak. Maybe not, but can't do nothing.
Yeah. Our next chance of precipitation isn't until next Wednesday. So we'll have a good day to go up to Chicago on Tuesday, and then it'll still be warm on Wednesday, but I don't know if that's bringing in the cold front for the end of the week or what. It was only 40% when I looked at it this afternoon, so who knows what it'll be by then.
And just what do you consider a good day to go to Chicago? The day after the Kevlar gets delivered?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, they've had all those smash and grabs, and yesterday, Laura and our niece Kayla was on their way going up there. I was over at her dad's, and she called her dad about 6 o'clock. So I talked to her for a minute, said, be mindful of your surroundings. And of course, then I got the lecture. Bill, I used to work as a police officer. I know what I'm doing. I said, I know, but I said, it's my duty as Uncle Bill to our niece that I got to tell you that. Just and she's got some wicked things to defend herself with in her purse, long as she could find them. I could never find anything in there.
I wouldn't go pucking around in the woman's purse. My wife asked me to get something out of her purse. I just handed the damn thing to her and go, you do it. I ain't putting my hand in there.
The same way I do.
Might come out with a mouse trap on my fingers or something.
I went in there. I'm always taking stuff out to her car when we're at the auction. So, she usually hands me her keys. Well, the purse was sitting on between us, and she says, yeah, just get my keys and help Dad take the stuff out. So I just reach in there, not thinking about it, and part of her keychain is this thing that looks like a black cat's silhouette head.
Yep.
But they're actually like knuckles with the ears are 2 points. It looks like a weapon that Catwoman would carry. And it's huge. And of course, I jam it right into the palm of my hand.
Ouch.
And so I'll never do that again without looking first. But
yeah, that's what you get for copping a feel on Catwoman.
Yeah. Well,
you get poked with something sharp.
That's what I'm hoping for. Oh.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, if this were the green room.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Knows how Joe had to come in there and throw that disclaimer in real quick.
Real quick.
Had fun. Hey, we had fun in the green room last night, or I did.
Yeah, we all did. I think I got a little bit over the top myself, actually. I hadn't had that much to drink.
Well, I was about to say I was in there early last night. I hadn't had that much to drink last night myself.
Well, actually, right there toward the end, I kept messing with this new phone, trying to figure everything out on it, and then I started griping about it. Carl went in there and found it for me. So the only thing I had left was I couldn't get my phone to cast videos on my Vizio TV and with the phone, and I couldn't remember what I did the last time. And of course, when you go in for the help, it tells you, to go into the settings and go into this and go into this and do this. And then, of course, that doesn't help me at all. So I ended up talking to the guy at Walmart, and oddly enough, he was able to help me.
You probably had to download an app.
No, actually, just in the screen, actually at the top.
Oh yeah, it's got a cast button up there.
Yeah, right there on the center.
Yeah.
And I never hit that for the first time to recognize my TV, but since then it was fine, and turned around and got to watch the Turkey Drop WKRP episode tonight.
That's a classic.
Yeah, I put that on Thursday on Thanksgiving. I put it on my page.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
did you ever figure out what the deal was with the changeover? What they was talking about?
Updating all the towers, 4G.
excuse
all
me.
the 3G was going out, and I think we talked about this.
Yeah, I mean,
before.
you talked about it. I mean, I was just making sure that that's what they was talking about.
Well, come February, if my phone stops working, I'm not going to be a happy camper.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a 4G. It says 4G with 5G capabilities, so I don't.
You should be good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm thinking, and it looks exactly like the old. I mean, it is the same one. It's a Motorola Moto E, and but Straight Talk had that $100 credit on any phones that. So this was because this phone is a few years old, brand new. It was only $59 anyway. So I had to get a new $45 plan, but that's the only thing I had to pay for. And I got to keep my body glove case and my other chargers. So now I have 3 chargers, and so it worked out, I guess.
Dan, I got one that Billy Idol made famous tonight. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Rebel Yale.
Oh yeah. Send me one.
Yeehaw! All right.
There you go.
It's a fine day for a white Russian. Oh, surprised he didn't come up with something
Watch
like that.
the Big Lebowski. Watch the Big Lebowski yesterday, in fact.
Oh,
the one I like the
Speaking of
most.
White Russians.
I don't even know if they sell that down here.
What?
make your own.
Rebel Yell.
It's made in Kentucky.
Oh,
Yeah, they have it down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
Alabama
can't find it,
probably
I'm
can't
sure
get
we
it.
can find somebody that'll drive you a truckload.
Well, I was about to say, bring me a case, though.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that right down the hill from the hotel HallowCon's held at has it.
Georgia, Tennessee's got it. They got to sell it now.
Of course.
welcome to the Hotel HallowCon. Such a lovely place.
Bill,
Yeah,
if you knew some of the horror stories from that hotel, you would just
Tell us, Uncle Joe Dog.
Hey, Joe Dog, I missed it. But
there's always this year
there's
I
coming up.
was about to say, I'm gonna make it this year.
Hey, 2022 is coming.
Some assholes gonna be hurting.
We can't stop it, so we might as well enjoy it.
When the chili comes for me, the assholes gonna be hurting.
I don't know.
Okay, John, paging John.
Yeah.
Lowered his
his
peppers
was
for
too
hot.
damn hot.
Oh well, no, well, I don't know.
He didn't mean for his chili to be that hot. It's just the boy got a talent for growing peppers.
Yeah. And strong ones at that.
He thought they were going to be mild, but he was wrong.
If you want something fun, tomato plant habanero, tomato plant habanero, tomato plant habanero.
Oh.
Well, I love habaneros, but I don't put habaneros in my chili.
Joe, I wonder if you can graft a tomato plant and a habanero pepper plant.
No, just put them next to each other and let the bees do the work for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bees does work.
You might have to pay him extra for the hazard gear, but
Hey, I found a little gnat-looking thing that eats habaneros.
Oh.
See, that's what I had the problem with this year with my jalapenos. There was like a little black gnat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was killing my jalapenos.
Yeah.
That's why I don't live in South Georgia.
What do you think makes lightning bugs light up?
Yeah. Well, I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. I used to have a neighbor across the street from me that used to grow these gargantuan ghost pepper plants on his porch. And that guy in the middle of the summer never did have one mosquito or fly or anything on that porch as long as those ghost peppers were blooming.
mm-hmm.
No, I used to grow the habaneros, and I noticed them starting to shrivel up, and going, "What's wrong?" When I got to looking, there's a little hole in it, and I tapped it, and this little bug crawled up, and looked out at me. And it's like, dude, if you can hang in there, you have at it.
Really?
And he looked up and see.
Yeah. I was thinking, talking like,
What is your name?
come out
bud?
like slow poker. Sorry.
¿Cómo está?
Hi. See.
See.
You got a sister? See. What's her name?
So,
I don't think that was Jose Jimenez, though.
No, that was not Jose.
Mel Blanc.
That was Mel Blanc on the Jack,
the Jack Benny. Yeah.
No hablo
Rochester.
No hablo English.
Mr. Benny.
Sing, Dennis.
Sorry, I can't sing that high.
Oh, okay. Well, I was hoping Chris would. Yeah.
That was a hell of a tenor.
I can't sing that.
Never.
You know, Dennis Day had his own show on the radio. I listened to when radio was on WBBM on midnights, and they pop. Huh?
Baby.
No, because Dennis Day is not his original name. And I had it on the tip of my tongue because I was going to say it, and now I don't remember. So
it was Otis Day in the Nights.
Yeah. Dennis Day in Rochester.
He changed his name legally to Otis Day.
Yeah.
After the popularity of the movie.
Oh,
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that was supposed to be filmed at the University of Georgia, but they couldn't get anybody to sober up long enough to sign his contract. Talk about double secret probation.
It's party school, no doubt about it.
When I was shipping overseas, I was TDY, temporary duty assignment in Norfolk, Virginia, and the first night that I was there, Animal House was playing at the base theater, and I went and saw it. So that was the first and last movie that I saw in the Navy before I got to my ship.
It was a memorable one.
Dennis Day was born Owen Patrick Eugene McNulty. Now you know why he changed his name.
Good God, but he was Irish.
Yes, he was, very much.
With a name like that, there's no doubt.
And as a child, I owned his album about Babe the Blue Ox and Paul Bunyan.
Oh, wow.
That was very entertaining for a 5-year-old.
Ironically, it says in the wiki that his sister-in-law was actress Ann Blythe. I never knew that.
Ann Blythe? That's okay. That's a disconnect I'm trying to reconnect, but yeah. Okay.
And if you remember, there is another Dennis Day that was on TV. He was one of the original Musketeers that was there with Cubby and Annette.
Who was the other one? There was a guy.
That was Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I'm friends with Cubby O'Brien on Facebook, and he looks exactly like how he did. Just older version, but in the face you could tell it. It's kind of like Beaver, Jerry Mathers. No matter, he'll be 90 years old and he'll still look like the Beav.
Oh, I found on YouTube today Curly's grandson.
Yeah.
Oh, from the Three Stooges?
Tony Dow still looks like he did.
Oh, yeah.
But Curly's grandson looks just like him. If he'd shave his head, he would look
sounds a lot like him too.
Yeah,
I know he was trying to, but he did.
Well, the funny thing is, they got Curly to shave his hair because they thought he was too good looking to be with the rest of them.
There was one Three Stooges short where Curly had hair, and that was before. I think it was before he joined the troupe, and he was playing a train passenger. Yep, it was Curly with hair.
Well, the biggest thing that I remember that he was always winding up picking up stray dogs and taking them home and giving them a good life.
Yeah.
Now that's something that you mentioned Doris Day earlier. She did the same thing.
Yeah.
I was watching something about Curly picking up the dogs. Do you know they estimated there was over 5,000 dogs that he rescued and rehomed?
And he doesn't get enough credit for that.
No. And he was a ladies' man too.
Okay.
Well,
he definitely had the make them laugh part down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get a kick out of it every time I think about the Curly Shuffle, the song.
Mark Helwig, that's who we've got to get back up to HallowCon.
Oh, has anybody heard from Kerry Bloodrose in a while?
No.
It's been a couple of weeks before since he's come in the show.
The last I saw him was at HallowCon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he came in to the
nice
show.
Guy.
Yeah.
He's a very nice young man.
Mm-hmm.
Big Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
We could have had a lengthy conversation about that, I swear, if I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, he was spending time with his girlfriend, and I didn't want to take her.
Hey, I don't blame him a bit. Did you see his girlfriend? I mean,
yeah, I've known his girlfriend longer than I've known him.
Oh, that was a very astounding young lady.
Oh, she's brilliant.
Oh, I don't doubt it from the conversation that I had with her and him at the same time.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Hey.
She's one I can talk computer builds with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's unreal on that stuff. Which reminds me, computer builds, I got to get a hold of Hal again.
We can't do that, Dave.
No, Hal's my computer guy.
You don't see anything wrong with that?
Nope.
This one's more steampunk than
You get locked out of the ship.
This one's more steampunk than Outer Space.
Yep. He's analog. He's not very digital. I didn't say Alexa.
What's Alexa think about you tonight?
Alexa, do you like me?
I think you're magnificent.
Oh! You've been rubbing. You must be rubbing.
You got the wool pulled over her eyes.
She's nearsighted.
Your Prime membership must be coming up for renewal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in 2 days.
Well, mine's not till January.
Is that why Cortona keeps telling me that I need to redo my insurance from work so that I get coverage?
Cortana's Microsoft.
Yeah, I know.
Named after the AI in the Halo game series.
Well, I've got her turned off. Of course, for me, that's no problem. I can turn off any number of women.
William Shatner, Joe Namath, and Jimmy J.J. Walker keeps reminding me about my insurance. I just don't.
I actually need Samuel L. Jackson to remind me about redoing the insurance for work. You know.
Oh, you seen the latest commercial he's in with Capital One where John Travolta's playing Santa?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that one yet.
Bill, did you just talk ill about Joe Willie Namath?
I didn't say evil.
No, it wasn't ill.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Donna.
I shook his hand one time.
Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Jets were playing the Saints down at Tulane Stadium.
Oh,
Broadway Joe.
I reached my hand down, and Broadway Joe shook my hand.
Hey, Lewis, I've had plenty of drinks down here in Tuscaloosa.
Is he still down there?
Oh, no, he comes down here time to time. Kenny Stabler, before he died, he was sitting at a table by himself. Nobody had the balls to walk over there and talk to him, I guess.
Except for you.
Yeah, because I was drunk. But walked over there and sat down with him, and hell, he bought all the drinks the whole night. I took him a drink to begin with. He's like, "It's all on me," and hell, he bought whole drinks the whole night. And
you probably give him one of the best memories he had late in his life.
Yeah, I hope I did. But either way, we sat there and talked for like 3 hours and drank together. I mean,
oh, now
he's another one of those.
Chris and Joe Dog at HallowCon.
Do what?
Sat around for several hours and drank together. Yeah, it sounds like me and Chris and Joe Dog.
Now, Lewis can sort of back me up on this.
Don't do it, Lewis.
The Walmart in Ottawa, you could be in there just about any time. Turn around, there's Peyton Manning pushing a buggy.
Yeah, he's got a farm down there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
I was not aware of that. And speaking of Joe Namath, one of my favorite movies that I wish they would put on DVD, he was hilarious. I love the movie Chattanooga Choo Choo. It's got him, Barbara Eden, George Kennedy in it. The one that played the oldest Ingalls daughter in Little House on the Prairie. And
Bill knows
basically
her.
Who's Who. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cute little movie.
Now, I think Bill knows the youngest daughter, right?
Yeah, I know Wendy, and well, that's her book that my short story is going to be in. But I'm also friends with the mom, Karen Grassel, and Radame Pera, and Grasshopper, but and Dean Butler. But yeah, Wendy is she would be the youngest. Her and her twin sister Brenda, their maiden name was Turnball, and they were baby Grace.
I can't think of Melissa Sue's last name. I think it's Anderson, but I'm not.
Anderson, yeah.
Anderson was the oldest daughter.
Yeah. Well, her mom in that movie has one of the thickest Southern accents, real or exaggerated. She's trying to spell this con man's name's title, and she says Ty. And the person doesn't understand her. She says Ty. And she says, I said Ty as in tie bag.
Oh.
It is hilarious.
Sunday, tomorrow at 7 Central and 8 Eastern, they're having the new Walton's movie, The Homecoming, on the CW. This is a whole brand new cast, and I've been watching Cammie Kotler, who was the original Elizabeth, and Mary McDonnell, who's Aaron, and all them talking about this for the last couple months. But it's going to be on tomorrow. And this movie does not have a Ben Walton in it. And so Eric Scott, who's the original Ben Walton, has been chiming in on it. He's not bashing it or anything, but they said that when all the original cast got together with the current cast of this movie, and they were doing, I guess, publicity photos and some other things, it was mentioned about no Ben being written into the script, and they said if this made-for-TV movie does well, they're thinking about starting another Walton series, like the original one was started from The Homecoming. And if they did, they would write Ben into the scenes.
Now, do you know Ben is not one of the Waltons?
No,
he was a conglomeration of two brothers.
Yeah, and the reason why Hamner said that the two brothers individually, there was not enough. How to put this nicely? They were boring.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why he combined them and made the character Ben Walton.
I've actually been to the Walton Museum in Virginia.
Cool.
And you know how it shows the big farmhouse and all that? No. Lewis Craven's house is what the Walton's house looks like, with no porch. It's that big. You've been up to Craven's house, haven't you?
Up on Lookout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that long walk to school?
Mm-hmm.
That was maybe 3 blocks up the road. You could see the house from the school. And the long trip to church was out the front door, down the steps, across the street, and into the church. But there was an Ike's General Store. It burned down in 85, and it's now a convenience store. And the sawmill was 4 miles away. It was one of those like, that's weird. But yeah, the old school is now the Walton's Museum. Each of the classrooms are set up like set actually has props from the set.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the only way they can keep them from being recycled for other things and lost in a props warehouse.
Well, didn't that original house burn at one time? This would have been after the show was over.
Oh, the TV house?
Yeah, the TV house.
I don't know.
I mean, I know there was an episode called, or a 2-part episode called Burnout or whatever it was called, where the house caught on fire and they didn't know if it was John Boy's fault with the pipe or Grandpa's with the heat lamp. But this, yeah. And I thought I don't know that it burned down, but I thought they said that it burned sometime in the late 80s, early 90s, but they actually rebuilt it to look like how it did. But
I know Michael Landon blew up the set of Little House on the Prairie so they couldn't use it for anything else.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they literally did blow up the entire set. Dynamite. Boom.
Of course, in the episode, it was so that the evil railroad people couldn't get a hold of it.
Yeah.
Of the town.
That sort of was wild. That's how they actually ended the series, by blowing up the set to make sure nobody else could use the set.
They actually showed that on Cozy TV a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, what you looking at, Lewis?
Just going over my itinerary.
Oh,
something hurt you?
That show reminds. Well, that show hit me now. It's about it's a anthrax, like DACA, DACA drama crap. After 9/11.
Oh yeah, I've seen the trailer for that. Yeah, about the anthrax.
I mean, it seems like it'd be pretty good to watch. So,
Chris, are you watching Wheel of Time?
Not yet. I'm going to.
It's getting to be a struggle.
Well, that's the thing about
Episode 4 was supposed to bring a lot of stuff together.
And
the thing with the novels is you have periods where it gets bogged down. He's just throwing extra plot points in there after plot point, and
he's getting the word count up.
Yeah, and it's even Brandon Sanderson didn't manage to get all the loose ends tied up. I mean, there's some stuff he just let wither and die on the vine. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. And I haven't read all the books. I'm bogged down in 6. There's 14 total.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, you're better off getting
just watching the series.
Yeah, either watching the series
by the
or
cliff
getting Audible.
notes.
Or getting Audible.
Reader's Digest version of the books.
But
kids don't understand what the Reader's Digest is anymore.
Yeah.
No, sadly, you'll never know the joy of laughter is the best medicine, or humor in uniform.
Yeah, or all in a day's work.
If they're under 30 years old, they probably don't know about it.
No. Hey, I'll be 37. I'll be 37 on about, what's the day? Date.
26th.
Thursday, Saturday.
I didn't say
Date's the
date.
28th.
28th. 2 weeks.
No, it's the 27th, actually.
19th. Would have said 19th.
It's after midnight. It's the 28th.
19th.
No, it's after midnight. It's the 27th because Saturday was the 26th.
19th.
It's still the 27th here.
My
19th.
computer's saying it's the 28th.
Wait a minute, it is 28th. I'm getting my days run together.
We'll just say the 19th.
You've been smoking that shit again, ain't you?
No.
It seems like everybody been smoking something.
Oh.
Nah, you're
But
just.
there was some wood burning somewhere off in the distance. It might have had some pictures.
Yeah. They call it wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you watch Stupid O'Clock last night? Yeah, what were they doing? Well, they were arguing about what day it was.
I think we did do that.
It's
Yeah,
all
I'll
that
see
cress
about
up they're
Friday.
burning at the power plant. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Donna Carlene's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Donna! Yay!
It's official now.
She's
That's
46.
She ain't that old.
I know. I'm just picking on her.
Any woman that can drink what she did and not found her, I tip
Well,
my hat to you.
Donna, why did we have your birthday party so early? I thought it was going to be like the following that upcoming week or something. I
Schedule.
didn't know it was this late.
My
Yeah, it's
birthday's
been
on a Sunday. I was hoping it was on a Saturday or a Friday, or a Thursday, but.
Hey, just as long as you still get them.
Week special.
So I could have
You're going to get a good smooch out of that one.
so I could have a party on the show.
A party on the patio.
Yeah. Well, it's happened before.
Oh. All right, I got to get back in frame. I slid out. I was getting comfortable.
Don't slide out too much, more.
Oh.
Oh, that reminds me. Lindsay's birthday is coming up. Let's see. Let me see here.
Do any of y'all
Friday. Friday will be Lindsay's birthday.
Oh, cool.
She'll be overjoyed.
Careful, Dan. Careful.
Hey,
Whoa.
I am a cradle robber. She is much younger than I am.
Just don't put the age.
She'll almost be legal to drink now.
If you hadn't told me her birthday was like coming up this Friday, I'd have wondered if she was born on February 29th.
Nope. Her birthday is December 3rd. My birthday is November 3rd.
Oh.
And unlike my mother, who is 29 this year, actually, what? 30 days has nobody's business.
September, November, April, June.
Something got damn quiet.
And then the rest have 31 except for February, which has 28.
Yeah, it's February that kicks everybody in the butt.
Leap year.
For me, it's July. When I was married, my wife and both of my daughters' birthdays, along with my own, were in July. My grandmother's, my dad's. Now my grandmother and my dad are gone. Hadn't been married for 20 years, and so Lauren Jenny's birthday's in July. Still broke month.
Well, Thanksgiving Day was my oldest grandson's birthday.
Yeah.
And he is Lord, I can't even do that math without algebra. Let's just say there's too many carry the twos there.
Get the abacus out.
Hey,
shoot, Dan have stripped naked to count all them years.
I definitely had to take my shoes off.
You all right?
Now I got the song Abacab by Genesis stuck in my head.
There are very, very many worse choices.
That was a private cab for ABBA.
Well, at least it's not Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band.
Right. Just remember, the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
Well, how about Abracadabra by Tony DeFranco and the DeFranco family? That came out even before. Oh, man. Talk about bubblegum music.
Donna, you do not want to see that, believe me. I am a very overweight old man. Don't. Joe, I can see it. I can see it in your face. Don't.
No, okay.
Break it down.
He's got his finger on the button.
You can't touch this.
Don't want to.
Actually, I don't think Abracadabra by Steve.
I was about to say, hey, it's past time now, so.
How about this? The Smurfs thing.
There you
La
go.
la la la
Yeah,
la 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 la.
That's one of those annoyingly catchy songs.
Yeah. And just in a little while, it's going to start popping back into your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that smile, you're going to be recast as your character on the Teletubbies any minute now.
No.
Well, when you say the birthday song, I think of that song, It's My Birthday by the Ting Tings.
It's my birthday.
Is in the video, there's a video of it, and they're on the children's show Yo Gabba Gabba.
I've always preferred the Beatles version. Today is your birthday.
Yeah. That video of Paul McCartney singing that in concert, I believe they were in Russia, and they keep panning out on the audience and how everybody's getting into it, and everybody of every age. I mean, people that were teeny boppers when the Beatles were young are out there, all the way to people's grandkids and great kids riding on their dad's shoulders, getting into that song.
Bill, are you talking about the one where they had the
Red
Russian,
Square or something like that?
The Russian hat song?
No, they were in Russia.
Well,
I think
I
it was
said the big boofy hats.
I didn't see anything like that.
Talking about a
The winter
Shafka?
ones.
The
The winter
snow
ones that
hats.
military held.
The Shafka.
Whatever he said.
Big fur hat.
Yeah.
That's what Mork always used to say all the time.
So that was Shazbot.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sizebot.
Yeah.
Dan makes a great straight man.
That's what all the ladies say.
Funny because he's so twisted normally.
Oh, sick and twisted is just a state of mind.
Speaking of Ace, I saw a post earlier today on one of the music pages I follow. I found out the song "How Long" by Ace wasn't actually written about somebody's girl two-timing them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was actually another band trying to steal their bass player.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. How long has this been going on? You've been two-timing with another band.
What the hell?
So
Except
Paul Carrick,
it's still curious about the picture hanging on the wall, hiding the messy stain that's hiding there.
That's different song.
That sounds like something from Steely Dan, actually.
Oh no, that's "I'm Not in Love." That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, that's Ken CC, Not in Love.
Ken CC, yeah.
Didn't they sing "The Things We Do for Love" too?
Yep, they sure did.
There's a third single that they had too, and I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't quite as popular as the other two. Came out in late 70s.
I mean,
I've got an entire radio station going off in my head right now. Well, actually about 6, but...
well, the funny thing is, Paul Carrick was the lead vocalist for Ace, and he left them to... he helped out with Squeeze and mainly sang Tempted, but with them, and then he was with Mike and the Mechanics, plus he had a solo career.
Now, Mike and the Mechanics was the
Mike Rutherford led band.
Yeah, from Genesis.
Genesis, yeah.
I was trying to remember whether he was the guitar player or...
he was originally the bass player, but when Peter Gabriel and Steve Hackett left, he wound up playing guitar for him.
Okay. That underscores my confusion, because he was a very multi-talented fellow, or is.
Yeah.
Since he's still with us, thank goodness.
And if you remember the video for All I Needed Was a Miracle, it had British comedy legend Mel Smith in it, playing their manager.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That one escapes me, but I'll take your word for it.
That video always puts me in mind of the video for Paul McCartney's Take It Away. Of course, you saw Linda in there and Ringo in there. And it was the band on the road and going playing all these clubs, and people, certain people of influence watching them to discover them.
One of my favorite Paul McCartney videos was actually a duo that he sang with Michael Jackson. Say, Say, Say was
okay. I
thought
thought you were black and white, but yeah.
Because they were doing the old... it started out as the snake oil salesman, and it went to the vaudeville variety show.
And that was back in the day when MTV actually played music videos.
Yeah.
Wrestling and other stuff.
Well, my first experience with cable was visiting my family in Missouri, and the remote control they had a slide lever and several rows on it to activate it. And one of the first things I ever saw was the video for Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, someone was posting the first 2 hours.
Yes.
That ever occurred on MTV.
Yep.
And I'm going, oh, you're going to get sued because it's all music videos instead of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris,
I haven't watched MTV in about 25 years, and
it hasn't been
probably all the better for it.
Years.
Chris, I found a band you need to look for on YouTube.
Okay.
They're called Rock Sugar.
Rock Sugar, okay.
They do mashups, but they do it live. They don't mix the songs together. They actually play and mix.
Cool.
And the guy that the lead singer is Jess Hartnell.
Okay.
Yakko Warner.
Yakko Warner.
Yeah.
That name sounds familiar.
Well, he's a voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the
they actually have the complete series of Animaniacs. I saw it at Walmart.
Yeah.
He says he's met the singer, Jess Hartnell.
Well, Ace, I unfortunately missed out on the opportunity to see an act called Tiny Kiss, because they were a tribute band that all the members were midgets except for one, which was like a giant.
He played Gene, right?
Actually, I think he played John, or Paul rather.
Oh,
and the rest of them were the midgets.
John, I was trying to figure out which one John was.
Is Paul.
He's mixing Kiss with the Beatles.
You got to keep in mind there were actually 3 Pauls in Kiss. Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Ace's real name is Paul, and Eric Carr's real name is Paul. Of course, Eric died of cancer back in the early 90s, but yeah.
Got totally distracted and lost that thought that I was trying to cultivate. But press on, gentlemen. No, don't do your nails.
Mm-hmm.
We just did. We had the anniversary of Eric Carr passing a couple days ago.
Yep, and I saw a video where Carrie Stevens, the former Playmate, accepted award on his behalf. Apparently, they were an item. I did not realize that.
Hey, well, some people don't allow their lives to become public.
Well, she was also one of the prettier ones of that era. And she hasn't aged hardly any.
Steven
trying to find a...
Yes,
Steven Sondheim
passed yesterday, and the Steven Spielberg version of West Side Story opens on December 10th. Normally, I would say I wouldn't want to see it because I love the Jerome Robbins version, but it's Spielberg. And the trailer that I've seen, it looks like he was pretty faithful to the movie. He didn't try to modernize it or anything.
It's almost a period piece.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a shot. But
Spielberg
I still prefer the version with Natalie Wood.
Oh yeah. And they say Rita Moreno's in the new one.
Yeah, she takes the part of the drugstore owner.
Okay.
Yeah, the old man that Tony worked for. She runs the store.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Ace, they were the house band of one of the places when I was in Vegas in 2006.
Does Rita get to actually sing something? Because anything that has Rita Moreno in it that doesn't let her sing, is wasting an opportunity there. Because the woman got some pipes still.
Oh, I mean, her part in America is still one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. I mean, I love that song. That's my favorite song. I mean, Tonight is great, but America is my favorite song, and Officer Krupke. But
Oh, okay. Now I remember. I was going
I'm
to
depraved on account I'm deprived.
I was going to recommend a band to you that some of you may never have heard of before. They're called Dred Zeppelin.
Oh yeah.
Definitely heard of them. 96 Rock used to play them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
96 Rock used to play them all the time.
Oh, I know, but
that was back before they ruined it all by getting rid of Christopher Reed and the morning.
Yeah.
But they brought in the regular guys. It was the end for 96 Rock.
Yeah, 96. Yeah. Well, they play hip hop music now.
But do you know
that's entirely too bad? But
do you know there's actually a streaming of 96 Rock? Atlanta's Pure Rock and Roll.
No.
They actually have a Facebook page, and they're trying to get it to where they can get it funded, where they can do
the actual.
I need to send you a link to that.
Period stuff. Okay. Yeah.
And they still sell merchandise with the old license plates and all that.
Oh wow!
I think Willard's involved
those
with
in
it.
Ages.
Yep, I think Willard's involved with it. But yeah, that was the last truly great rock
was the
and
end
roll
of an era
station.
there when they went to a different genre. There were other stations around that had the same sort of schizophrenia as far as what genre they were going to play. There was one in Athens that was a classic rock station that went to it briefly during the holidays played Christmas music from Thanksgiving till New Year's Day, and then went to a hip hop station that lasted for about a week, and then went to talk radio. Because they found out really quick that hip hop was not going to pay the bills.
Yeah.
There's another radio station that plays the most eclectic version of a playlist that I have ever heard. I mean, it would wind up being stuff like, okay, we're going to play Allman Brothers, and then we're going to play Alice Cooper, and then we're going to play the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, and then we're going to play Hank Williams Jr., and then we're going to play, and I'm going, hey, sign me up. But
that sounds like Dave Radio. Or
it was
what's that format, Lewis?
Sounds like Album 88 from Georgia State.
Jack Radio.
Well, they were doing this stuff, and the worst thing they did was around noon they would go to Pure News until about 6 p.m. And then they would go back to playing the really eccentric sort of playlist. It was FM 100, and they were very, very quiet. They did not have a lot of bandwidth. They didn't have a huge transmitter, so you had to be really close to Athens to be able to hear it.
Well, you reminded me of Warm 100 that eventually became WAPW Power 99, and it eventually went to 99X, and then the people that were on it during Power 99 years went to Star 94, and that's where Steve and Vicky became popular.
Lewis, what was that format that Talk 102 used to have? They would do the talk radio from like 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. and then play music. You remember when they were doing that? before GOW bought them?
Actually, no, that was before they were on my radar.
Oh, okay. It was while they were still out at Eastgate.
Mm.
Then Bloomington Broadcast bought them.
Mm.
And they've changed hands about half a dozen times since then.
Yeah, currently they're Cumulus.
And
isn't Cumulus and iHeart all the same?
Pardon?
Isn't Cumulus and iHeart all the same, or is it Cumulus and
Cumulus owns iHeart?
Cumulus is iHeart?
I thought they own it, yeah.
Okay. I thought Clear Channel was iHeart.
No, Clear Channel owns US 101. Oh,
I thought they were all absorbed into iHeartRadio right now.
I have to say, in my area around Athens, Georgia, FM radio is a desert. You either are listening to a classic country station, or you're listening to what
church music.
Well, no, it's. I call it golden oldies because they don't play anything any newer than the 80s.
That sounds like KZ106 nowadays.
And any older than the 70s. You know, and I'm going, you're missing about 3/4 of a century of good music here. Catch up, but you know, and there's nothing else. The radio stations will not pick. You either got country music or you got basically elevator music.
What passes for country music?
Well, I've heard stuff that got me interested in looking up some of these people and finding out what else they did. I mean,
yeah,
I would not have found Big and Rich or several other artists that were not, you know, Hank Jr. level of fame without this radio station. So
Big and Rich are a lot of fun.
Oh, they are. They got a great sense of humor.
Well, I don't know if you know it, but Rich and Big and Rich used to be in Lone Star.
Nope, didn't know that. Didn't know that at all.
And he was kind of eclectic and weird, and they didn't know what to do with him, so they kicked him out of the band.
That's all right. I'll form my own. Hey.
And not long after, they broke up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they couldn't really top Amaze because that became such a popular song for them. They're like, oh, what do we do for a follow-up?
Well, I saw Lone Star playing on the bed of a tractor trailer in the Walmart parking lot of Soddy Daisy.
Now, that is something that you wish you could get an autograph photo for.
Oh, yeah. I had Megan up on my shoulders and we got right up to the front. Megan was probably 5 or 6 at the time. And he was singing and he looked down at him and he goes, "You're just a cutie." Oh, I didn't even have to put her down. She floated back to her mom.
Levitation. Yep. Oh.
And she still talks about that.
Well,
yeah, probably always will.
I worked with some lady a long time ago. She told me about when Alabama was getting started, you know, before they had any hits, that they didn't think they'd ever make it because they were really raw when they started out.
Alabama used to be a house band at a bar down on Broad Street near Channel 12.
But, you know.
And if you ever get to meet Kenny Chesty, ask him about falling off the table in Chattanooga.
I don't know if that's safe to do.
Yeah. Actually, it is very safe to do because he'll put his head in his hands and go, "Dear God, were you there?"
No, but I know people that were.
It was at Turtles Records and Tape, which is now the Animal Hospital on Lee Highway at 153. It was one of those US 101 promotions where, new artist shows up. So they had one of these little round tables and set the chair up there. He got on it, got to playing, and got to rocking a little bit. Next thing you know, his feet are in the air as he's falling backwards off that table. It's like, oh great, we just
killed a country music star.
And that's when his big song was, "Oh Lord, I want my rib back." No, "Oh Lord, I think I want my rib back." That's the name of the song. If that tells you how long ago that was.
Oh Lord.
And the song Tin Man was on the same album.
Oh, is that the same as the America's Tin Man, or is it totally different song?
No. Times Like These, I Wish I Were the Tin Man.
Oh, okay. Totally different song.
Yeah. Probably one of his best songs ever.
I'm a big fan of the Boys of Fall.
Who are they?
That was by Kenny Chesney. It's about high school football. Have you ever seen the video for it? Pretty cool.
No.
Of course, a lot of people get a kick out of his song, She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy.
Yes. My wife gets a kick out of that one. She goes, "That's your mom and daddy, ain't it?"
And Chris, to your private message, there ain't no kidding about it.
Yeah, I know, but she takes it personal.
It is the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was
that was brought up in private for a reason.
Yeah.
I did not know that, and now I will respect
that.
Because it's none of my damn business.
No, but like I said, it's fun to give her a hard time about it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his song "Shift Work" because the video does accurately describe what it's like.
Yeah.
Living in the well, I won't say service industry, but common labor in a factory.
A blue collar worker.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, Toby Keith's really good about putting a funny song on each of his albums. Of course, his most famous one was Red Solo Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And Big and Rich, they don't necessarily try and have a funny song, but they have fun with most of their songs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The one that gets played on the radio more often than one of their more serious ones is Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
Yeah, that's actually the one Cheryl Burke won the first Dancing with the Stars competition with her partner on.
Now, the one that they did, that the video is actually a mini Western movie. Somewhere between Amazing Grace and oh, come on, help me out here.
House of the Rising Sun?
No, something about hell, but I can't think of it. I can't think of pull up the name, but I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that is one of the most exceptional short films I have ever seen. I mean, not only the music is good, but the video itself is a very entertaining piece of artwork there. Like I said, it's a very, very short traditional Western movie.
Mm-hmm. In fact,
somewhere between Amazing Grace and Raising Hell.
Yeah. I think ESPN uses their Coming to Your City when they're about to do a live broadcast of their college football game day.
Well, there are so many folks out there with so much talent. It's really hard to go through life without being exposed to a whole lot of different influences from this vast array of folks that pretty much, if you are a fan, they defined a certain period of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, it was like somewhere between Grand Funk Railroad's "We're an American Band" and "Sweet Home Alabama," or what was the third one? There was something else in there, same time period. Now I can't remember it because I'm trying to, but it was neither one of those bands would have did something similar. And then 10 years later, it was Dixie Dregs, which was all instrumental music.
Oh,
but
yeah.
just so freaking fantastic. And then you've got stuff like Mother's Finest, which is going to play in Athens soon, and I can't go.
I'm sorry, I didn't think to post it to you earlier, so you could try to get a vacation day.
I saw it a week ago. Somebody else posted it, and I'm going, oh, I can't do it. I wish I could. That would be so much fun, especially if Lindsay would go with me, because she would rock out.
Oh yeah, like I said, that's one of the most memorable intros ever in a song.
I can hear it playing in my head right now, on top of the other 17 things that are playing in my head right now.
Which one? There Is No Other? Or
yeah, Baby Love.
That's the one, Baby Love. And then I've got
probably my second favorite by them's Get a Piece of Rock.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Mickey's Monkey, and
we could go through the entire catalog and still not exhaust it.
Right.
I mean, she's still got a great voice.
Well, yeah.
Well, I think about some people that's voices have deteriorated over time. Like Don Dokken. Who? Did you say Steve Perry?
I didn't say that.
Steve Perry.
Steven Tyler. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Of course, Linda Ronstadt's a very sad story about her voice.
Like Parkinson's, though, don't she?
She
or
lost
MS.
her voice.
MS.
Well, guess what?
Yeah, I know.
That's enough of that.
Yes, I had it queued up myself. I was just waiting for 5 minutes till, but it just was 5 minutes.
5 minutes till.
Yep.
I was busy talking. I'm not going to.
We noticed.
Yeah, well.
Yep. That got you started on music. Big surprise.
Yeah, well, sorry, there's not going to be a last man standing, so we can continue the musical discussion. So
that's all right. I got a lot.
Hey, I got to go to bed. 6 o'clock comes early. I don't care what time zone you're in.
And I won't be back until Thursday a week.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to leave, right?
Well, I'm leaving Thursday afternoon.
Okay, so.
But he's trying to make sure he's got all his I's dotted and his T's crossed.
Yeah.
I can't blame you for that.
City next Thursday night and all day Friday, and leaving on a train to Providence, Rhode Island on Saturday.
Are you Amtrak?
Yeah.
Hey, have fun.
About a 3-hour ride to Providence, and then we'll rent a car there and drive.
We'll stay safe on the Amtrak.
It cost us $50. $50 for a train ticket, and it saved us $400 on a car rental.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No.
Lindsay's been wanting to take a train out to New Mexico so she could visit her son and daughter that still live out there. So let me know what your experience is like, because it's going to be
a little different, because it's going to be, I'm going to be on a commuter rail.
Yeah.
And she would be on true passenger service.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's got to be better than a Greyhound bus, which is what she's used to.
Does she not like to fly?
Not without me being next to her, no. And it's not that she's afraid of flying. It's just airports.
Yeah, they are a pain to deal with.
Well, I can help her navigate through Hartsfield. I can help her navigate through Denver. I can help her navigate through what's the one in
Harbor?
Texas? The one in Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But sending her off on her own, she
would die on our trip because we're flying out of Chattanooga, and we're changing flights in DC, and then arriving at LaGuardia, and then 10 days later we're leaving from JFK and going through Charlotte, changing flights to Chattanooga. So
no,
we're going to be in 4 different airports.
I'm guessing you're going to be in Reagan National in DC.
Yeah. What would be best for her is to.
Well, Reagan National is the one we flew into a couple of months ago. So
it's a good airport.
It is. Yeah.
All right, we're going to have to wrap it up, guys. Chris, hang around. I definitely need to talk to you about the 11th.
Okay.
But I want to say thanks all y'all for being here.
And the
dogs are going crazy. Okay. All right, but thanks everybody.
Nick Cochran in the backyard with the chupacabra.
Yep. All right. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, con Dios.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.